What's going on, guys? Adam here from AtoZbodyfitness, and today I'm going to go over a short video and explain to you how calories actually work when you consume them in your body. Now, first thing I just want to say, when it comes to weight gain, it's your calories at the end of the day on how many calories you take in and then how many are expended through either movement or essentially just being in a total caloric deficit from eating less, right? There's a few things that are floating around online that have been actually floating around for a while, saying that like if you have sugar, you'll get fat. The keto diet is the best diet to have because it breaks down the most amount of fat in your body. Diet Coke and diet drinks actually cause you to gain weight. Sugary things in total cause you to put on a lot of fat. And the thing is, a lot of this stuff is actually false because at the end of the day, it just comes down to how many calories you're taking in your body. So I'm going to put it to you like this. And although I'm going to use this as an example, it's not something that I suggest to do because this could cause discomfort, it could cause bloatedness, it could cause issues for your bowel movements if you obviously eat the same thing over and over again, along with other bodily complications. But again, just as an example, and this was actually done by I believe it was a scientist. I don't have the study in front of me, so don't quote me on it, but I believe it was by a scientist. But anyways, regardless, if you just eat sugar or candy in a lower caloric intake than what you're currently eating now, you will still lose the weight. So the whole notion of just eating sugar is going to cause weight gain is actually false. It's not true. Sugar, like anything else, even though it's got no nutrient-based system within it, it's just pretty much just an empty calorie. Again, meaning it's got no nutrients in it whatsoever. Still has a calorie point to it. So every gram, because sugar is a carb, if you look at the carbohydrate chain, it is one of the lowest forms. It is a calorie count, meaning it has 4 calories per 1 gram, just like any other carb. So, meaning, again, you're not just gonna gain weight if you eat that. Now, moving on even to the keto factor. You're not gonna lose more weight on keto had you done another diet. The reason why is because at the end of the day, it just comes down to your calories and how much you're taking in and how much you're excreting or how many calories you're not taking in, okay? How much you're in a deficit. Keto comes off appealing because you're essentially put on a low carb diet with high fats and higher protein. When you eat higher fatty foods, you generally will feel more full. But there's been plenty of people who have done keto and yet still have not managed to lose weight because they don't lower their total caloric intake, right? It comes down to your total caloric intake of you losing weight. Now, there's also the notion of having just protein and carbs, which creates thermogenesis, which is true. Having protein, a higher amount of protein, a higher amount of carbs in your daily diet will create more thermogenesis. And what thermogenesis is, for people that don't know, is that it essentially just breaks down a lot faster in your body. The energy is used up a lot more, especially if you have a higher amount of muscle tissue on your body. Therefore, it uses protein and carbs a lot more and a lot more efficiently than it would with fat. But regardless, even of that, it still comes to a total caloric intake. Even if you're having more carbs and protein, you're essentially gonna have less fat on you because, again, carbs and protein both have a calorie count of 4, right? So you're essentially, again, you're taking in less calories because fat has a higher content of 9 calories per gram, carbs is 4, protein is 4. So you're gonna see that if you're just eating mainly protein and carbs and fats is your lowest macro out of all the macros that you're eating within your daily meal, you're gonna have less calories, which is gonna equate you to losing more weight. But what I really just wanted to get over here is that first thing is first, fats in general, okay, 1 gram is 9 calories. Carbs and protein, 1 gram is 4 calories. If you have more carbs and protein, you essentially will feel more full when you eat and more satiated, meaning you won't want to keep snacking because the foods that you're eating are generally speaking, more of a low calorie dense meal. So you can have more of it and still generally lose weight. Now, you're still going to have to, of course, obviously, you should be doing some exercise. You're still going to have to watch your restriction of what you're eating. You're still going to have to look at your total caloric intake in order to see how much weight you're going to lose. Everybody's different. But on a general consensus, okay, on a general basis, that's what it's going to come down to. So if you're looking to have certain foods, but you're scared to have them because you think that by having that certain food or too much of it, you're just gonna start putting on this insurable amount of fat. Don't, because that's not how it works, okay? And anybody who tells you differently is actually wrong and they don't know what they're talking about. You can have what you want. You can still lose weight by having certain foods as long as you stay within that caloric limit of whatever is respective to what weight you are or what weight you're trying to get to. If you're staying within that range, or below it I should say, you're going to lose weight. Whether it's going to be 1 pound or 2 pounds or 3 pounds or whatever amount of weight a month, generally 0.5 to 2 pounds is a good framework to go by when you're losing weight per week. It'll generally be around there. More around the 1 pound, I'd say, is a good frame to go by. But again, as long as you're staying within that caloric deficit, you will lose the weight. It's as simple as that. Just like I was saying earlier in the video, it doesn't matter if you're having a bunch of candy, you would still lose the weight, right? And now when you look at the factors of how the person is moving throughout the day, how much exercises they're doing throughout the week, how hard they're pushing themselves throughout the exercises, so what their threshold is, what their rep range is, and how much they're doing, if they're time-based, how much they're sweating, you know, what cardio they're doing, what their nutritional intake is, and how much caloric intake they're taking, and if they're in a deficit. All these things matter as well. Also, if they have a history of injuries, which could slow them down when it comes to working out, their genetic factors when it comes to their body and what type of body frame they are, all these things do make a difference. But no matter even, again, what it is, it still comes down to the calories that you intake in your body. Now, the last thing I just wanted to touch base on is kind of referring to what I was just talking about, is how fast somebody will lose the weight. Now, again, it differs per person. So all of the things that I just listed will attribute to this, right? Because not everybody is going to burn off calories the same. Some people will be more efficient at burning calories than others, right? And that can take into how many years they've been working out, what their genetics are, their age group, how long they've been working out for, what they do during the workout. Is it efficient? Are they performing the exercise properly? How much cardio? Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of different factors. But nonetheless, as long as you're taking the steps to be in a caloric deficit, and you're also getting movement throughout the day, and you're not just being sedentary throughout the day, and you're working out multiple times during the week, and you're eating healthy, you're having low calorie dense foods, which is going to make you feel more full, you will lose the weight. It's going to happen no matter what. You can have sugar, you can, you know, if you want to, although I'm not, depending on the person, I'm not suggesting this, but if you had chocolate, if you had diet soda, if you had some other sort of drink that was low calorie, it doesn't matter even what diet you're on. If you choose to do a diet, regardless of what it is, it always comes back to, if you are in a caloric deficit, you will lose the weight, okay? Health or healthy foods that you're choosing to eat is a different story. I'm just talking about here losing the weight in general. If you are in a caloric deficit, you will lose the weight no matter what. How fast you will, I can't tell you. Again, that's why I give you that rough range of 0.5 to 2 pounds per week, because it differs per person, but the weight will come off if you stick to the plan, you stay in a caloric deficit, you keep moving, you keep getting stronger, and you will become even more efficient at burning calories. All right, guys, if you like this video, click like, subscribe, comment, and share. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about the video. Also, if you want to get in touch to finally make a lifestyle change and become a better version of yourself and improve your workout game, learn how to actually eat properly, put a structured nutritional program together, then head to AtoZbodyfitness.com, where I help people transform their lives, not just giving them a workout routine, not just giving them something to eat, but actually dedicating it and attributing it to what you eat right now, whether it's a different culture or just a different diet or whatever the case may be, and also creating a workout plan that's going to fit your needs and allow you to make progress based on what you can handle at this current moment as well. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.